DJ Future the Prince. Shout out to Just Incredible. I feel like deja vu. We in Vegas, but we gotta do it bigger this time.
Let's get back inside the pharmacy with my man Just Incredible in the mix. I am Dr. Dre.
Fuck with my nigga Just Incredible. Real shit. Hip hop nigga all day. Yeah.
I DJ'd house parties, proms, weddings. There was like stores in the mall that would let me DJ like their little summer job, like their business hours. I would play music. So to go from that to main stage at some of the biggest clubs in the country is just like, I just sit there and I'm just like, man, like this really happened. Like it really came to life for me. I've traveled to a lot of places and I've had the opportunity to even live in some of these other places, and there's been no energy or feeling like Los Angeles. It's just, it's in me, man. It's like the vibe of LA. I'm just an LA kid, and it really is dope to do my thing in the city that I love so much. This whole little area right here, I learned a lot about myself because I would spend a lot of time just walking through these streets. There was a barber shop right up the street where I first started getting my hair cut. And anybody that knows barbershops knows how much culture comes out of the barbershop. So there was a lot of hip hop conversations, a lot of sports conversations coming out of there. We were talking about really like the West Coast surgence of hip hop. You know, this was the time when Snoop and Dre and Dog Pound and Mac 10, them boys really started to flourish. And the cats at the barbershop, they came from New York. So they opened up my eyes to a lot of East Coast rap, which I completely fell in love with the whole East Coast scene as well. Everything from the style of their clothes to their artists, such as like, you know, Nas and Wu-Tang and Biggie and Big L. Like, that was where I really started to expand my horizons on, you know, how big this hip hop thing really is. I cannot tell my story if I don't come back to Milliken Junior High and stand specifically on court 2. This basketball court right here is really the court where I learned all about dedication, all about integrity, all about devoting myself to something. You know, I don't even know why it was this court. I think it was just the middle court. And it was like, we want to make sure everyone can see us. We want to make sure the spotlight is on us every single day. And I just remember coming out here and like really like learning what my first dream was gonna be. Like my first dream was to be a professional basketball player. And on this court right here is where I learned like that work ethic of what it was gonna take to be the best at something. I mean, yeah, and you know, the basketball thing didn't exactly work out for me, but the rules and values that I learned at this school and on this court, I applied to everything in my journey, everything in my career, and that was just never giving up, always staying at it, being consistent, practicing, and just, you know, meeting every challenge with an optimistic view. This is it right here. This is Grant High School. And this is the place where I met, you know, Jay Cruz. And, you know, once the basketball thing didn't really pan out, I started to gravitate more to the music stuff. And we had that reputation of like that 1-2 punch. Like our friendship and our chemistry was so good. And, you know, never did I imagine that it would lead to us working at our dream radio stations, but Cruz always had the vision. Like, Cruz was always like, Just, I'm gonna be on Power 106 one day, and and I know you doing the DJ thing, we should start our own radio show. So Cruz lived right up the street. We would walk right to his spot, and like, we would do radio shows right from his bedroom. Like just pretend we were on the radio. This is like where the foundation really started for what I was gonna be doing for the rest of my life. Like, man, if I could have the ability to make people happy and dance and smile by playing music, like, what better job than that? And I just knew this is what I wanted to do, and I just kind of like got down with Cruz and was like, yo man, like, let's get it. You know, I had worked at the mall up the street, so I would always walk, you know, past this Guitar Center right here. And I remember going in there one day and actually like getting the prices of a turntable. Your parents, like, they're there for you, but they want to see you work for your dreams, you know? So my dad was like, God bless, man. He was like, okay, like, how much is the turntable? I think it was like $500 for the Technique 1200 at that time. And I'm like, you know, I take him in and I show him, and he's like, you want a turntable? Like, we used to use turntables when I was young. He had said to me, like, all right, well, you know, I'll buy you one turntable and you're gonna work for the other one. So now I got the turntable my dad got, and that's got the pitch control on it. I got my mixer in the middle, and then I got the CD player. You can't change the tempo on the CD player. So it really forced me to like lock in and learn like tempos, you know what I mean? I don't tell my dad, but I think about it all the time. I'm like, man, like, I wonder if he knew, like, that investment definitely paid itself forward, and I know just that right there has to make him happy.
Have you ever told your dad that?
No. Never.
Do you think your dad knows without you having to tell him?
I think the only way my dad knows is like, cause I don't ask him for help. You know what I'm saying? But you know, the fact that I'm still doing it, I think lets him know, like, man, he found his path, you know? I remember like being at work and getting a call from Cruz, like, cause we had interned for these people at LA Valley College, Johnny Cuervo and Kool-Aid. They had ended up getting a job in Fresno, and Cruz had called me like, yo, Just, you down to move to Fresno? Man, at that time, I had never even been like further than like Palm Springs, bro. Like, I had never left. Kool-Aid and Cuervo got a show up there, and they want us to come like intern and work with them. I remember asking my parents, my dad was like, hell no. But my mom was like hearing me out, you know, and then like, you know, a family friend had talked to them and said, man, this could be good for Justin, you know, like, he's into music and he should really, you know, go follow his dream. And just one summer day, like, we just took that leap of faith and went out to Fresno, and Cruz and I have never looked back, man, never. The chance to get to Power was, you know, a few years after Fresno when I lived in San Diego. I was doing radio there, and, you know, not a lot of positions open up. Like, you get to Power, that's the big leagues, you know? So it's like, when I heard of an opportunity come, I just started putting my demo in, and this is like what I've been working for, you know? And I was fortunate enough to get the opportunity to do production work and get my foot in the door and show my passion for music and radio, and that was the biggest opportunity of my life.
Tyler, the Creator, Lift Off, Power 106, J. Cruz, Just Incredible. Open bar, 4 bars, 4 topics.
Masterminds. We're gonna get this forever.
Lift Off Show. LA Leakers, J. Cred.
Yeah, Sour Milk.
And Jeezy is in the
Oh,
building.
boy.
What up, though? What's happening? What's happening?
Okay.
Bumpy, California.
Yeah.
Power 106, where hip hop lives. It's the LA Leakers
Hold on,
every
baby.
motherfucking night.
Still crazy out right now, baby. Go get that.
It's like the 8th floor, man. The 8th floor. Lucky number 8, man. It's like you just get off those elevators and you just feel the energy immediately, you know? And I remember just walking through the halls and sharing my passion. Immediately I realized that the more fun we have, the better the product, you know? So that was like one of the ingredients. So Leakers came about, you know, I met DJ Sour Milk when I first got to Power 106. And similar to Cruz, I just clicked with him right away. We both loved the Lakers, we both loved fashion, we liked similar hip hop. So we had the vision of like, man, like, let's take our taste, let's give it a platform. Let's let these people hear what we're into. We started off really early, like with artists who only had mixtapes out, you know, but it was like, there was that like young energy, you know, there was the T.I.s and the Ludas and the Hoves, and they were doing their thing, and Kanye was like way up, you know what I mean? But like there was this level and this surface of artists who were doing unbelievable work, that were speaking the same language we spoke. They felt the same way we felt. And it wasn't until Cruz got there that I had the opportunity to even be on the radio like every night and a part of a show. So, you know, when Cruz got the opportunities to do mornings, I kind of put my focus on continuing the night show tradition that he had really put in place in my mind. And who better to do it with than my brother Sour Milk, who I had been working with for years on this LA Leaker vision. So again, it's just one of those things where it's like you put things into the universe, no idea they could possibly really happen, and my dreams have came true over and over again through Power 106.